there be peace and love and perfection throughout all creation, O God. May there be peace and love and perfection throughout all creation, O God. May there be peace and love and perfection.
Peace and love, yeah. Peace and love, yeah. Peace and love, I wish you peace and love. Peace and love, yeah. Peace and love, yeah. Peace and love, I wish you peace and love.
We do hope that you had a pleasant trip with Tall Black Guy Railways. We have enjoyed having you aboard.
Immortal. Yeah. Came out the portal, immortal into a human body. I've been existing way before the earth had Anunnakis. Intergalactical battles, intergalactical travels, infinitely going through stars. The universe will unravel all of its secrets, peep it. I'm starting to leak it. Time for truth is coming, 100, it's time to seek it. Expanding my perception through the spectrum of light. I'm going in with spectrum and the shit's out of sight. We indigo children, yeah, we building frequencies through the ceiling. Penetrating through reality, a marvelous feeling. Regardless, we're healing these humans that be claiming we demonic. The resonance goes over their heads, we super cosmic. Your logic is ignorance mixed with fear in your thinking. My pineal gland is flooding, son, that shit don't be blinking. Sinking into your subconscious like a song with no words. The way I come up with these symbols of letters is absurd. Hey yo, my rhymes are like angelic beings. The shit is freeing, so pure that if you were born blind, I'll have you seeing. Breathing in a multi-dimensional light so captivating. Double helix is nonsense, so what I'm activating. Feel the power from within, seeping right through my skin. From the earth into my feet as it goes up to my chin. It got me grinning, rotation like spirals, my music spinning. I told you that I don't be playing, still I'm always winning. Fibonacci to the haters, curve them right to the side. They don't understand the energy, it comes from inside. So inside is what I master, used to be a disaster. Now I'm gladly elevating to a whole new chapter. Yeah, I'm giving birth to a whole new style. I incarnated through New York, yeah, I rep Long Island. Don't get it twisted though, I'm truly repping this earth. I came to free all these humans and show you all what you're worth. Immortal. Yeah, raising your frequencies one soul at a time. As I pass this mic to my boy Spectrum, yo Spectrum, light that up, kid.
They tried to tell me I'm mortal, I told them I was immortal. They asked me what makes me different, I asked them what makes you normal. I just followed my morals and I unfollowed the formal. Hopped on a track with crews, now we straight cruising through portals. I download the Metatron, I'm reversing it till I'm dead and gone. If you think I'm dope, you said it wrong. Not trying to flex, but I'm hella strong. Mine did things you never seen. When I say mine, you know what I mean. I'm the most when I'm in my mode, and y'all average is like the mean. I really didn't mean to go intervene. I'm the middleman, chilling in between. You should do the math, we ain't keeping score. But I just hit a 3.14. I cook it up, make it look easy as pie. I'm moving in silence and seeing the sign. I am the G. If you remove me, all you gon' see is your sins. This is a big game of six. The simulation is breaking again. I'm taking control, creating my soul. And it's a truth fist, I'm breaking it in. Breaking it. All I really know is that I'll never know. I've been here for forever, don't know when to go. I think that indicates that I'm an indigo. In that case, I'm in the go. Green light, my heart, chakra booming. Solar plexus, Lexus zooming. You assuming that I'm human. I'm just being what you doing. I've been teaching teachers frequently. It's apparent I'm a parent when it comes to raising frequencies. The way I'm living life, I haven't rest in peace recently. Immortal with my technique, but my ego dying easily. Death is teasing me by leaving me with DMT. Now it seems to me that everything I see is seeing me. Life is just an infinite circle with a twist. I used to wanna be like them, now they do not exist.
Immortal.
Greetings, Ken. Welcome to Aligning with the Evolving Cycles of Time, Knowledge, and Meditation session. I am your host, Akil Sharif, Ken 38, the White Crystal Mirror, and I dedicate in order to reflect, universalizing order. I seal the matrix of endlessness with the crystal tone of cooperation, and I am guided by the power of heart. Ashe, and Ashe-o. Yes, we are here on the White Planetary Dog to learn some about some Olmec and Mayan cosmology. I will be joined by our Fifth Force Oracle, who gives us the Oracle reading of evolution, the Red Crystal Dragon, Kin 181, Moon Goddess Ambrosia, and of course, our Master Teacher, Kin 242, High Priestess Ma'at Imakaru Amen, is going to break down that Kin 10 for us so that we can get some information on how to use that in our waking reality. And the question that we're being asked today is, how loyal are you to your incarnation? But I do want to thank everybody for showing up. You know, we have some amazing sessions here, and yeah, just really excited to be here. Let's move on to the next slide. This is the prayer of the 7 galactic directions. And with it, we put the session in vibrational alignment. I'm going to play the recording and I'll return right after.
From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may see all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once. May everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum hunabku evam maya e maho. Ayum hunabku evam maya e maho. Ayum hunabku evam maya e maho.
Ashe, and Asheo. Much gratitude to the prayer of the seven galactic directions, helping us get that energy in alignment. And we are Mimic, Melanated Immortals, making evolutionary changes. And this is our mission statement, which I'm going to read 3 times so that we can imprint it, so we can lock it into our hearts and our minds. Our mission is to shift the global consciousness of the melanin dominant population and establish an everlasting legacy of high frequency beings, immortal health, and immortal wealth through the application and remembrance of cosmic knowledge. Our mission is to shift the global consciousness of the melanin dominant population and establish an everlasting legacy of high frequency beings, immortal health, and immortal wealth through the application and remembrance of cosmic knowledge. Our mission is to shift the global consciousness of the melanin dominant population and establish an everlasting legacy of high frequency beings, immortal health, and immortal wealth through the application and remembrance of cosmic knowledge. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. The melanin frequency visual, which is a frequency that's been transmitted since the fall equinox of 2019. With this frequency, there's 52 of them, 52 frequency waves that we put out every week, or heptad, that raise the consciousness of the melanin dominant population and address certain social issues to change them, to change those conditions. Right now, we're going through the year of divine unity. And the affirmation, which I'm going to read 3 times, states, we embody our natural love frequency. Living as one in divine unity on earth, we embody our natural love frequency. Living as one in divine unity on earth, we embody our natural love frequency. Living as one in divine unity on earth. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. And with these 52 frequency waves, High Priestess Ma'at has us doing 52 acts of unity to put action behind the frequency waves. And it's been beautiful. This is something, if you want to put some action behind the consciousness that you have, you want to check these sessions out. They're really amazing to see some of the shifts, to see some of the work that's being put in. And you really can see, if this continues, the effect that it's going to have on our families, on our communities, on the world. You can check this out on Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you have any further questions, you can go to melaninfrequency.org. And this is our Tzolk'in calendar. It's a 260-day or plasma calendar that helps us evolve spiritually. This helps us evolve all the different aspects of us, our spiritual, our mental, emotional, and so that can show up in our physical. And it consists of 13 cosmic tones that each have their own vibration that moves consciousness, and 20 archetypes, these solar seals or light frequencies. And when we put the 13 cosmic tones and those light frequencies together, they create the 260 expressions of the creator. And so this particular tool here helps us bring out really what's already within us. You know, these 260 expressions of the creator are already who we are, but this tool is what helps us experience it in our waking reality. If you're looking at this calendar here, you can see the green squares, and this is where 52 out of those 260 kin are galactic activation portals. And this is a amplified energy, amplified frequency for us to tap deeper into the portals into our memory. We can go deeper into our memory. And with these natural cycles, we like to find things in nature that correspond. And so with this 260 days or plasmas that this calendar is, it corresponds with the pregnancy period, or the time that we go from conception to incarnation. And when we incarnate on one of these kin. And this is where we get our kin number and the affirmation that gives us our purpose. And so every time we go through these spins, we come back around to that particular kin, we have a galactic return. And then we're recognizing that the spiritual aspect of us with that galactic return. And as you can see here, if you look on the left side, right next to the 10th archetype, that's the white dog, you can see that yellow highlight, and that's where we are on this calendar right now. And this is our wave spell, the wave spell that we're currently on. And we just got into a new cycle. So this is the first of 20 wave spell, and that's that red dragon wave spell. So this here is a cycle within the cycle of the Zolkin. And so when we go through this wave spell, we're going to have a stronger sense of that energy of the red dragon with us. And each one of these kin after that, they add their own special frequency to accommodate that, to make sure that we're building that frequency. You know, when we pay attention and interact with these kin, that's what it's doing. We're building the frequency of the red dragon within us. The first kin that we're going through, or that we've gone through already, is the red dragon, the red magnetic dragon. And then we have the white lunar wind. That's kin number 2. Kin number 3 is the blue electric night. And then kin 4, which is the yellow self-existing seed. Kin number 5 is the red overtone serpent. Kin 6 is the white rhythmic world bridger. Kin 7 is the blue resonant hand. Kin number 8 is the yellow galactic star. Kin number 9 is the red solar moon, and where we are today is kin 10, the white planetary dog. And then we have kin number 11, which is the blue spectral monkey. And then we'll be going through kin 12, which is the yellow crystal human, and then kin 13, which is the red cosmic skywalker. And this is our affirmation for kin 10, the white planetary dog. And it reads, I perfect in order to love, producing loyalty. I seal the process of heart with the planetary tone of manifestation, and I am guided by the power of endlessness. I'm going to read that last line after the third time we read this. I perfect in order to love, producing loyalty. I seal the process of heart with the planetary tone of manifestation, and I am guided by the power of endlessness. We perfect in order to love, producing loyalty. We seal the process of heart with the planetary tone of manifestation, and we are guided by the power of endlessness. We are polar kin. We extend the white galactic spectrum. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. And this is our 13 moon calendar. And with this calendar, we align with natural cycles. We synchronize our mind with natural time. And we change the patterns from the irregular patterns that may be developed from following the Gregorian calendar, which is unnatural, irregular time. This gives us natural patterns, natural evolved patterns that help us access more of who we actually are. Every one of these 13 moon calendars is connected to a cosmic tone. This particular moon is connected to the rhythmic tone, which deals with organizing and balancing equality. So we're in the totem animal is the lizard. So we're in the rhythmic lizard moon. Every one of these moons has a question based off the tone that we can ask throughout the whole moon. And this one is, how can I extend my equality to others? So let me tell you about the plasmas. So the plasma is how we access the light frequencies, how we access the light. The plasma is the medium that consciousness travels. And so the light frequencies contain the evolved consciousness. So when we meditate on and focus on the plasma and the chakra that's connected to each one of these, we activate the kin. We activate the kin. Right now, we're on Silio, which is connected to the heart chakra. And so you can see that green outline. We're on plasma 7. And I should mention that the plasmas are connected with the Gregorian days, and we have, our own special thing with the 13 moon calendar that we do with the weeks. So, but of course, we're not in a weekday. So, this calendar is tapping us into radial plasma that connects us to consciousness and these heptads. I'm gonna tell you about the heptads. The first heptad is the red heptad, where knowledge initiates view. So we're in the first heptad, which is great. So, we're acquiring knowledge. This knowledge obviously is going to help us to see more than we've seen before, help us move into, spaces that we haven't been able to achieve yet. This knowledge is going to do that for us. Then we go to the second heptad, which is where humility refines meditation. And this is where we refine our ability to integrate that knowledge. And then the blue heptad is where patience transforms conduct. And that's where we're being patient so as to let that knowledge sink into our hearts so that we can change the conduct. And then the yellow heptad is where power ripens fruit. So obviously we go through this process and we reap the results from gaining the knowledge and having the humility to integrate that knowledge and being patient to let it sink into our hearts, and we reap the benefits. And this is where you have your solar return. So the different from a galactic return, this is where, your birthday. And every, since the 13 moon calendar and the Gregorian calendar are synchronized, whatever your birthday is from the Gregorian calendar, it's going to be the same on the rhythmic, on the 13 moon calendar every cycle. And I should mention, we are tapping into the energy of the lunar cycles with this calendar. That being, every moon on this calendar is 28 days or 28 plasmas. And we have 13 moons, a solar cycle. which that solar cycle is 365 days or plasmas. That represents the time it takes the Earth to rotate around the sun. And so this is the things that are corresponding, the nature that corresponds with us tapping into these natural cycles. This is the BMU, the reading for the white dog, which is the 10th archetype out of 20. And it's also known as the compassionate one. And it reads, I am the compassionate one, coded by the white dog. 10 is my number complete. I am the ageless comforter, the loyal one. Love is my law. Wise am I in the ways of empathetic knowing. From my 2 hands of light, I radiate goodwill to all beings in all kingdoms. I raise my right hand, palm open and free. No secrets in me. In the absence of fear, there is nothing to hide. All heart, patience, and kindness. This is the deepest, all-pervading, universal wisdom. Nothing exists that is not an expression of this all-embracing love. For love is the manifest power of compassion. To know me is to remember that love is the light that holds the dreaming together. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe-O. Let me see. I am not seeing the slides. There we go. Okay. We're going to play these announcements real quick. Y'all can go ahead and get prepared to take some screenshots. Get prepared to write something down that you see that you like. Pay close attention to that WISE conference information because it's starting today. And I will return right after this. All right, that was great. I didn't mean to play that song, but man, I'm glad I did. I was feeling that while we was watching these announcements. I feel that white planetary dog as that song was playing. Man, gratitude, amazing, Frankie Beverly. All right, let me see here. We're gonna do it like this here. All right, all right. It is time for our fifth force oracle to give us that breakdown of this destiny cross, so we can see how to maneuver through it and extract those insights, so we can get that intuition popping, telling us exactly what we need to do today to experience that love and that loyalty and that heart. All right, Moon Goddess, if you are ready, I'm excited to bring you to the mic, and I yield. You coming on up here, Moon Goddess? You ready? There we go.
Lord, look, I was back here talking, but and I didn't even bring myself on stage. Peace, wholeness, and grand rising. Blessings, everyone. Um, that is so funny. Much love, Brother Kill, for getting us started on this plasma as we are bringing in this frequency. And also gratitude to all of you, all of us that are here to tap in. Definitely appreciate you all's presence here as we are growing together as a community so we can honor the mission of Mimic. Okay, so it does take all of us to tap in. So much love and gratitude. And I'm definitely looking forward to have Priestess coming up to drop her gems to blow us all away. And so let's go ahead and jump into the oracle reading for this plasma. And so, actually, before I do that, I love to encourage us to, hold on, let me change that up. Okay. I want to encourage us and invite you all to get into the mindset of a synchronaut. A synchronaut is someone that knows that they are a living expression of divine synergy in motion, remembering their divine purpose to consciously create and fulfill our soul's mission on or in all spaces of time. And so with that, I want to invite you to lock into your cosmic or divine synergy by stating your affirmation with me. And so the way we'll do this is we're going to say, as a living expression of kin, for example, kin 181, and then state your affirmation signature. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, so as a living expression of Kin 181, the red crystal dragon, I dedicate in order to nurture, universalizing being. I seal the input of birth with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of space. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe-yo. And so much love and gratitude for all of you for joining in with stating your affirmation with me, because this is where we get to bring together all of our energy and really lock into the mission and really make some change here on this plane. And so now that we have did that part, let's go ahead and move forward into the reading for today. All right, so uh, the Cosmic Oracle reading of evolution is based on the Destiny Kin Oracle board here that you see on the right. It provides us with the fifth dimensional template for all of the 20 archetypes, going from the red dragon to the yellow sun. And each archetype has 5 bodies, which I'll talk about in just a moment here, that all makes up us being this physical embodiment here on earth. And so when we lock in and really sustain the frequency and the vibrations of the energy we embody as multidimensional beings, that is how we come into our wholeness and also make some significant changes here on this planet and throughout the entire universe. And so this is why we are tapping into the oracle board, so we can lock into our frequency and get into our creative mode. And so here, oops, okay, excuse the typo or the error here. So if you look over on the left of the oracle board in that blue section, and also in the top left corner, that is where the white dog sits on this oracle board. And so the white dog has the red moon in the physical body, which is helping to support the initiation of the Kenergy. In the, well, I'll say on the left, we have the yellow sun sitting in the mental body, which is helping us to ripen ourselves or ripen our energy so that we can overcome the different challenges that are actually just being, which are actually our gifts being masked. If we just gotta uncover it so we can see the gift in it. And then down below we have the excuse me, we have the blue monkey sitting here. Yeah, we have the blue monkey sitting here in the emotional body, which is helping us to transform our energy and turn it into our power. And so when you look at the white dog, those are the four basic archetypes that all white dogs embody or carry. And so when you look in that above position, that box is blank because that position holds for the spirit body, for the archetype that sits in the spirit guide position, that's guiding that that is going to be guiding the white dog. And so it's blank because the galactic tone or the vibration of the white dog will determine what archetype will actually sit there. So being that we are on the white planetary dog, we have the white planetary mirror in the spirit guide position. And so I just wanted to go over that mini breakdown so you can know how to identify where your archetype sits, and also what archetypes sit in the different aspects of your multidimensional self. And so just take a moment to review that, grab a little screenshot so that you can find your archetype in all of your so you can find your destiny oracle. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the breakdown of the galactic signature for Kin 10. And so again, this is the white planetary dog, where the white represents the color pattern, just like how Brother Akil mentioned about the heptads. Even the archetypes carry the same color pattern that's helping us to repattern the way that we're processing our emotional intelligence to turn it into the fruit and the power that we're going to be using to ripen our creativity. And so the white tone, again, is, well, according to the cosmology, it says humility refines meditation. However, I like to say being unpretentious refines meditation, because that unpretentiousness is just saying that, I'm not going to belittle myself, but I'm also not going to try to go above and beyond and try to prove a point. I'm sitting here gracefully being open to receiving new insights and new knowledge to refine myself through this meditation. So that is what the white dog is bringing into us, for us to refine within ourselves, being in tune with our heart space without the ego interfering. So then I like to jump down to the archetype in itself, which the white dog is also known as the compassionate one, where we did the archetype declaration reading. And the power that the white dog bring is the power of our hearts that loves loyalty. So our heart is all about love and being loyal. It's the same thing with being compassionate. It's like when it comes to being compassionate, we really do have to be loyal to that love in our hearts, because we all are, we all go through different experiences personally. And so to be able to relate to someone else, it does take us to stay loyal to ourselves, so that we don't get the ego, so that the ego doesn't interfere with us holding that compassion. So we got to stay loyal in our heart space. And so that is what the white dog is helping us to empower within ourselves. And so that is the creative power of the white dog in itself. Now, the vibration that we're sitting in with this creative energy is that of the planetary tone. And the planetary tone is all about perfecting the manifestation to produce. So basically what this means is that when we're perfecting, embodying that loyal love in our hearts, in our physical body and through everything that we do, this is what's going to help us to produce us operating in our divine purpose and getting that clarity and all of those things. And so I'll talk a little bit more in detail about that when we get into the actual oracle reading. So what I'll say here is I do want to read the remixed version of the affirmation, where I include the wave spell, the way that we process the intelligence in our mental through the time cells. And I do that so we can really get the full essence of Kin 10 that we're on. So join me in reading this if you are able and willing. And I'm going to read it with we. So, we perfect our birth in order to love our space by producing our loyalty. We seal our formulated process of heart with the planetary tone of manifestation. We are guided by the power of endlessness. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. And so, as you repeat and affirm this affirmation, I really want you to focus on what lines stand out for you, because that is where you are getting those gems from. So when you focus in on that, that is also you sealing in the process of hearts. You locking into how you process this insight in through your heart space. And so I will share some that has stood out for me when I was preparing for our session here. And so the first thing that I have is that I perfect my birth in order to love my space. So what came up is for us to focus on loving our multidimensional self. That means loving all 5 aspects of who we are, because that's the whole point of, or I'll say that's our whole birth essence. Like the way that our soul operates, our spirit, our emotions, our mental, and our physical. Okay, so we want to focus on nurturing and loving those aspects of ourselves through honoring the archetypes that sits there. And even if you aren't aware of what your destiny can, or what's within your destiny oracle, just focusing on how to love all of those aspects of who you are, how to nurture yourself in a way so that you are perfecting the birth of who you are, all that you are. So it's like nurturing the seed of your existence, okay, so that you can be and operate in the full expression of all that you are. And the other part was to by us loving our space, that means to love our birth space. So I love this wave spell, because when I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, it's the birth space. So when I say this, I'm talking to us as the energetic aspect or our life force. Now, what is our birth space? That's our body. That's everything that we are. So this is our physical body contains the whole essence of our whole being. So love on your birth space, your body, your mind, your emotions, your soul, your spirit, and that is how you can honor your wholeness. And so the next piece that I want us to lock in on is perfecting the manifestation, which produces the loyalty. So this means that when we perfect having consistent love and being able to adapt to the way that we nurture ourselves, this will help us go through that perfecting process. And when I say adapting the way that we nurture ourselves, that means that the methods may change. However, the loyalty, that love that we have in our hearts will always stay the same though. And it's just like, having plants or children, they require different care or different ways the different ways that we express our love to it that's going to help support and nurture their growth. So it's the same thing when it comes to nurturing ourselves in those different aspects. They may require different things. So just keep that in mind as you focus on this energy throughout this plasma, looking at different methods that you can nurture all aspects of who you are so that you can fully, grow in the whole state of who you are as well. And so, last point here is I love that naturally what I felt called to say was that everything and everyone around us reflects who we are. It reflects how we nurture ourselves and how we nurture others. So it brought up in Lakesh Alakin, I look, basically it's saying that I am you and you are me. So, the way that we treat each other is also a reflection of how we treat ourselves and vice versa. Because the way that you treat others also show you how you embody having compassion, how you embody being able to develop deeper understandings of others so that you can actually nurture them and vice versa. Okay, so, just perfect being consistent in the way that you love and adapting the way that you nurture yourself and others. And so with that, I have a one-line statement to hold us in on this focus, which says, I am producing my heart's loyalty by nurturing myself as I continue to explore spaces. So always nurture yourself. Stay loyal to that everywhere that you are. Nurture your physical body space. Nurture your environment space and those in your environment space and other spaces that you go visit. So that's what I mean by that. And so 2 additional questions that you can, focus in on now or later. Are you loyal to nurturing the love in your heart as your divine embodiment? So are you embodying this love in your heart? The next one is, how can you perfect your self-loving process while also loving others? I think it's a beautiful balance. It's a beautiful art to balancing that. I'll definitely say. So, think of some ways that you can perfect that art for yourself. Ashe? All right, so let's go ahead and get into the oracle reading. This breakdown will help us to, it's showing us different ways that we could use this as a compass to answer those questions, to get those clarities, to get that clarity and whatnot. And so remember the main frequency that we're focusing on with this white dog is perfecting the manifestation so that we can produce having that love and loyalty in our hearts. Okay, so we're being guided by the white planetary mirror that says, or that's taking this focus in the direction of reflecting on the endlessness. So like I said, everything is a reflection of us. So that's the endlessness, or that's the endlessness of the reflections. They're endless. You could look to your left and see whatever's on your left. You can reflect on it and learn something about yourself or see something about yourself. Trust me, everything is a reflection. And so when you're reflecting on it, allow the insights to show you how to refine the way that you interact with those people, places, or things, because that's what's producing the order to operate in. It's showing you how to operate. So in order to focus on manifesting that love in your heart, there is a certain order to reflect it. Okay, so I shade to that. And over on the right, I'm going to move here because this is what's going to support us in being able to do that. We have the red planetary moon, which is encouraging us to purify the universal water in order to produce the flow of that love and loyalty. So what this means is that when we're engaging with ourselves or, our environments, how can we purify whatever energy there that is not love? Anything that's not love, how can we purify that so we can produce the flow? So that is what's going to support us in locking into that loyalty. And when we're doing that, it also helps us to bring more light around us so that we can free the will of our spirit. So if you feel like ego is taking over or, holding you back, most likely it's definitely telling you it's something that you need to purify to bring in that lightness, to bring in that spark, that joy, and to get back into your heart space. And so that is what is going to help support us in holding this frequency. And then on the left, the mental body position, we have the yellow planetary sun. Now, this goes back to the enlightening the fire or enlightening that universal fire to produce life. So just like I was saying about the planetary moon, we want to clear up all the negative energy or all the energy that's not serving us and holding that loyalty to bring life to the situation, to bring life to the love that we embody. So it's so dope and amazing that we have this in the mental body because this is the challenge. So anytime that we're not feeling very loving, that's the challenge. Okay, how it's like this archetype is challenging you to bring the light back. It's like, all right, you don't feel the love right now. All right, how can we bring more light to it? It's definitely a challenge sometimes. And it takes for us to transform the illusions into what we actually want to experience or the blessings that we want to experience. And that's how we get into the light again and actually produce that love and loyalty. And then down in the bottom position, this is the emotional body, where we have the blue self-existing monkey, which is telling us to play with our magic to measure the illusions. So measuring the illusions, I think, is important to do first because it's like assessing what you're perceiving. Like, is this the truth or is this an egoic thing happening right now? Like, is this my ego interfering with it? So as you measure it and, assess it, you'll be able to now get into the mindset of how can I transform this with my magic? The magic of you, the archetype that you embody or your galactic signature, and you operating in that love and loyalty. So for example, with me being a red dragon, a nurturer, how can I nurture this situation and be loving with it? That's how I get to play with my magic. If you are, if you're a yellow sun, your magic is to bring enlightenment. How can you play with your magic of bringing enlightenment in a loving way to transform these illusions? So whatever your archetype is, you want to combine that with the kin of this plasma so that you are commanding the art of who you are, commanding the art of your embodied energy to bring forth the blooming of a whole new life, you know what I'm saying? Or to free the will of your spirit and also to liberate the spirit of other people. And this is so powerful. That's how transformative this love and compassion is. It gets to do that. And so us on this plasma, that is what we're tapping into today. I feel like it was something else I wanted to add in. I think so what had came up when Brother Akil was reading the archetype, what stood out for me, it said, love is my law. And in the absence of fear, there is nothing to hide. Love is the light that holds the dreaming together. Okay, so when we can take this love to how would I say, to push away all the fears. That's what's going to hold the dream together. That's what's going to help us to continue building within ourselves, being in that whole state, and also being able to connect and grow with others as well. And so with that, I am going to go ahead and conclude the Cosmic Oracle reading of evolution. As always, I definitely love being able to share my arts with all of you here, being able to do these oracle readings. I appreciate it greatly, and thank you for your time and energy. So with that, I love y'all. Stay peace and Lakesh Alaken, and may that you truly enjoy your creation in every single moment of now. Ashe. Ashe and Asheo. Peace.
That was powerful. Excellent. So many gems in that one. I resonated with all of that. The first thing that kind of struck me was like embodying the compassion, and with, you mentioned this mirror aspect. I like that, just how, me being a mirror, it resonates, because I see reflections of me in everyone, and just being able to be honest and allow that to, allow me to learn from whatever it is I need to learn from that. So to make those changes, gratitude for that. Fifth Force Oracle. Excellent. Excellent. Let me do this. And now we have our master teacher, High Priestess in Makaru. Amen. There's so much to be said. So much. Her wisdom is amazing in what it's producing. How it's helped me. What we are seeing in these with these 52 acts of unity. I mean, I see this thing being so huge, so amazing, and it takes for her to come up with that. It just speaks to her heart, and to her wisdom. But I'm really grateful to experience this, and without further ado, I yield the mic to High Priestess in Makaru. Amen.
Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness. Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Amen. Amen. The High Priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Amen. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness.
All right. Great dawning. Am I being heard? Okay, I think I am. All right. So great dawning again, and welcome everyone to Aligning with the Cycles. Very excited to be here. Just feeling all of the unity, the divine unity on earth, and the love and all of that stuff. So give thanks to Brother Akil for being our host here and giving us the basic information that we need to remember so we can put all of these things into focus. And so very, very honored and thankful for his dedication to being here and being our host. Also to Moon Goddess, the Fifth Force Oracle. Excellent
reading of the oracle. She put her heart in that, right? You could feel it. You could feel it. I just, yeah. So I'm very excited about that. So yes. So welcome to all of you. And yeah, let's get into it. I'm excited. You know, I stay excited. I wake up like that. I just jump out of the bed and be like, woo, let's go. Right. So, all right. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's see, what do we have here? So, yes, as you heard, we are here in this wave spell of, I'm going to call it the wave spell of creation, our creation, right? What created us in the physical form, and how we decided that we were going to come through. That's why it's called the waves. That's why it's called the wave spell of birth, or of incarnation, or our in creation, right? How we came in. And so this wave spell, if we follow these archetypes in this wave spell, they are all designed to help us nurture who we're being, right? To fall in love. That's what we're going to talk about today, right? To fall in love with our birth, with our creation, with our incarnation, and to just feel that energy and just, be all up in there, roll around in it, right? And so this is where we are in this wave spell. And like I said, all of the 13 archetypes in this wave spell are uniquely designed. This is their specialty. So if you're one of these one of these archetypes, it's your specialty to bring in the vibration of nurturing, or being natural, nurturing and natural, right? Come from the same place with your being, with who you're being in your natural self. Right. And so each of the archetypes are uniquely designed with a message. They each have a specialty. They each have a message that relates to that. And if you just look at them real quickly in groups of 4, the first 4, right? Those are the ones that these are input. So they're putting in. It's telling you, we just came from getting the instructions before our new birth. And these first 4 archetypes are here to tell us to go ahead and put in when you were in that womb, those last 4 weeks. Now you're out. Now you get to put in this new paradigm, this new way of being. Go ahead and put it in. It's okay. And then the next 4 tell you to remember, just remember that, it's you all right, right? Go ahead and tap further into that remembrance of being in your true nature, and add it to this new being. And then the next 4 give you the procession of how to allow all of that to flow, right? And it all ends with being in that full expression of your destiny here on earth, right? Leading you to time. How you gonna do it this time, right? So we're gonna talk about that, right? Here we go. So just right here, for those of you who may be new, on the left side in that circle, that is what the ancestors left on the walls. In many places here in the Americas. And there are the larger wheel you see are the 20 archetypes. And then in the center, those are the 13 tones. Now there are many ways to, many perspectives in how to explain this. So those 13 in quote tones are the different ways or the different functions in which all 20 of these archetypes can operate. So 13 times 20 that's where we get our 260. Now, if you go all the way to the right and you see that model that says the Zocan harmonic model, the Zocan is one of the so-called calendars that the Mayans, the Aztec, starting from the Olmec, used to look at sacred cycles, because they call this one the most sacred cycle. Why? Because it's the cycle of our incarnation. These 260 are the 260 expressions of the Creator, right? And so, and each one of us came in as one of these, right? And so, and we heard Brother Akil speak about this in a little bit more detail than where I'm going earlier, right? And so what we did in the center is break it up into these 4 cycles to maybe help us understand, give us another perspective of how to look at this. And so we're starting off here. This is where we are in this first cycle, this new birth, this new being, right? Starting out with the dragon wave spell, then we're going to go into wizard, the hand, and the sun. And so we're in this first cycle of divine life, and we are being new. We're in this new paradigm, right? And so let's talk about it here, where you see here under purpose. How come I always get hot? Every time I talk about it, I start getting hot. Okay, hold on. I just get hot. First I was cold, then I was hot. I know, I'm in that age group, right? When that happens, I got to turn the fan on. Okay. So in this wave spell group, we start here with purpose. And that's where we are now. We're looking at this new paradigm, this new way of being, and the purpose and how that fits into our purpose for being incarnated, for being in creation, right? And so we have a new way or new viewpoint of how we are now going into this next 260. Like I said before, it feels a little freer now, less stressful, because now we know we don't have to be locked into whatever obstacle, whatever predicament, situation, circumstance, karma, trauma, dramas, that those are things that we are experiencing, but they are not our limitation. They are not our platform. And we definitely do not operate in our divinity from that perspective. It's the other way around. We always are in our divine being. And these are just experiences that we are not limited to. Even if we have a feeling about it, even if we're stuck on something, it's still not our limitation. We say, hey, I'm stuck, but I'm not limited to being stuck. You see, it immediately takes you out. It immediately gives you more options. And then on top of that, right, in order to, with these new opportunities, what we found is that if we also tap into our natural way of being, just like every other species, or the majority of species, I think reptiles are Well, they do. They also form a network sometimes, but the majority of species, including plants, animals, and insects, form some sort of unity amongst them, which we have been, by design, by systematic design, taken off of that course so that we will not be in alignment with the cosmic frequencies, with what the whole cosmos is doing, what source is doing. So, of course, we have learned to reconnect ourselves to source on earth, which we are now finding is each other. We're connected by the heart. We're going to talk about this today, right? We're connected by the heart. We have a metaphysical network, what we're calling the most, right? The mycelium of source. And I say tree, right? I know we working with that T, and we have different ways that we can interchange that. But the most, right? The most high, which is us here, right here on earth, connected to each other. And there's a strength in that. We become stronger. Things that we were stuck on are become unstuck. Things move faster. They're more synchronized. Let me tell you, and some of you may have been experiencing this too, especially if you've been tapping in and following in this divine unity movement that we have. I tell you, and I know we did. Some people in our priesthood chat, we have discussed this. But has anybody noticed that the synchronicities are even more than they have been before? Like it's like every now and again you would notice numbers lining up a certain kind of way, right? When I tell you, almost every time I look at my phone, every time I look at a clock, the receipts, anything that has a number, it's almost, whereas before it was occasionally I would see it. Now, since we've been doing these unity circles, it's almost all the time, like constantly, completely throughout the day. I literally one day I just sat down and I just wrote down every time there was a synchronicity with numbers, and they're specific numbers, right? Not always just the, what they say, the angel numbers, those come up too. But it's the way they show up. And I started writing them down to see if there was a pattern to those, as far as what times of day that they are and things like that. And other people have also noticed, like, we talked about, we've been in each other's dreams and things like that. But yeah, it's like the things sync up a lot faster since connecting to the whole, connecting to each other. It's like thing. And then beyond just seeing the numbers, things happen faster. Today we're talking about, we're on the 10th tone, and this is the tone of manifestation, right? Those things happen faster and without obstacles, right? It just moves into place, and you just, whoa, hold on. Hey, what happened? Right? I'm saying we're on to something. We're really on to something. Have you all noticed that? I see some people are saying that. Yeah. So this is how now when we talk about this new birth, this new paradigm. See, so when we're going through this 260 spin, it's a little different. Right? It's stronger. It's more, we are more fermented in source. And then the next one is going even more and even more and more, right? So as we go into this, right, we're here on purpose, right, where we initiated this new being. That's where we are now, right? A new paradigm shift and aligning that with purpose, right? And then we are going to look at it as we stand beyond time and refine it, see how it fits in, right? And like I said, these first four, they tell you what the whole thing is going to do, right? That's my perspective. The third one, I'm sorry, takes us into transformation, where we transform all of this into accomplishing in our avatar, right? And then we see how to live an enlightened life, right? That's the whole thing. That's the whole purpose of the sacred cycle, right? And so each one of these just walk us through how that's going to, how we're going to do that, right? So let's go here real quick. And we are here on the white planetary dog, where we perfect in order to love. Producing loyalty, we seal the process of heart with the planetary tone of manifestation, and we are guided by the power of endlessness. And so when we look at where we are on this planetary dog, this is the 10th tone. This is the 10th archetype. And like I said, all of the archetypes in this wave spell are uniquely designed. It is their specialty to nurture being, how we're being, and to show us how that can be done and how to move into this new cycle, right? Each one of them have a specific frequency that aligns with this. And it cannot be disconnected. One of them can't go off and say, I'm Ken 10 over here standing on the mountaintop by myself. I said, stop playing. You play too much. Get on back over here. so we can start attracting how we be, right? So we can be in our natural selves, right? And I like to, again, look at this and say, this is our creation. This is the cycle of creation. And it's showing us something. It's each of these archetypes, they're telling us something, right? Starting out with Ken 1. It's like, hey, become one, right? And with the true nature, that automatically connects us to this mycelium of source tree. It automatically connects us to each other as source on earth, right? And then attracting how we can be. And everybody's kin number one, right? And again, I got to shout out our brother 221 for showing us that calculation. But we're all one, right? Or we move as one. I'm going to be more specific. We move as one, because the calculation he did was between the soul body and the emotional body. When you put things in motion, you are one, right? We are all one. So we are all that source on earth. And even more so when we connect, right? So in this wave spell of creation, this is what we're doing. This is the purpose, right? And what happens, this is my perspective, it aligns us all with the cosmos, right? It aligns us with other ways of being and other beings, right? Aligns us with other frequencies, new opportunity, everything that's unknown. It unlocks the unknown, right? Because now we have no limits. We're not, because we're connected to the whole thing. And we're not resisting, right? We are insisting, right? What else is there? What other way is there to be? What is our true nature? Do we even know? We know our nature based on a program, right? Which again, I keep saying it because I have to say it to myself as a reminder, right? The program has us at war, in conflict, in danger, in competition, in deficit. And everything is to fight or flight from those things. But what if those are not our limits? What else can we do? Does everything have to be in war, in conflict, in resistance, in lack, in deficit? Right? Opens up a whole new paradigm, right? Which is what we're talking about, of our creation, of our true nature, right? Each of these archetypes talk about that, right? The wind puts the spirit in, the night puts in the abundance of it, right? The overflowing abundance of all those questions that we just asked. The seeds targets the awareness, puts in the formation of it completely, right? The serpent then starts to remind us that our life force is fully empowered with all of this, right? We have divine instincts on earth and we can command them, right? And then the World Bridger reminds us of our immortality. It says death, but it's really immortality because there's opportunities beyond. There are opportunities everywhere. The World Bridger shows us the other worlds that seem like they're death, but it's only surrendering, right? And then the hand says, yep, and then just put all of that into your avatar. Be in the spirit of all of this knowledge and just allow it to sink in. You'll know what to do and when to do it and how to do it, right? Then the star closes that all up and say, yep, remember to do this, be who you are, harmonize with your true nature, be who you are, and it'll happen in beauty and elegance. I had a experience or been having an experience where you guys hear me talk about these international projects that I'm working on anyway in the background, and one of the lady who is that I'm working with now, who is the leader. I remember when I first met her and I just saw how busy she was and and everything that she was doing, and I said, "Ooh, I don't want to do what she wanted. I don't want to be her, right? I don't want to do what she's doing." Right? And I knew in my heart at that time, I knew it. Oh my God, that I would be given part of the responsibility that she has. I knew it because the first thing I did was resist it. I looked right. I honed in on her, right? Harmonizing, right? I said, no, now I wouldn't want to do that. And then here I am, right? Having some of that responsibility. And so the star is reminding us, don't resist your true art. This is who you are. You know this is you. You done seen it a million times for the last 20 years. You know this is you. Why are you resisting it when it shows up? Walk that in beauty and elegance, and it will just flow as an art, a living art. That's us. Be in harmony with it. Right? Every time you have resistance. And we heard Moon Goddess talking about this earlier. She was talking about when you don't have that love in your heart, right? That's when you need to check it. You know, check yourself, fool, right? So I know. I had to get a laugh in there, right? So anyway, yeah. So that's the kin number 8, the artist, right? Giving us that final reminder before we go into the pure flow of how this new being operates. We operate in purity because we don't have to resist nothing. We don't have to resist who we're being. There is not a one template for everybody. That's why you don't even have 2 fingerprints that are the same. Right? Your hands look the same. Both of your thumbs look the same, but they're different fingerprints. So you just be who you are. That it still connects you to everyone, right? We're not talking about being in division of you all. Why? The reason we know that, I'm just saying, just use the body. If that's the case, then go ahead and sever one of your thumbs off because you don't need it. You like the left thumb better than the right one. It's better. It's stronger. It looks better. It got long hair, right? Right? That is actually how crazy it is for us to feel that we are not connected to everyone. Right? Just every time you think about that, oh, I can't be around these people. They energy, they got low frequency, they got low energy, right? I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying it's not our limit. But if you think for 1 minute you're not connected to the people with low energy, no, you're just in judgment of the people with the low energy. That's all you, but you still connect. You connected because you're looking at it. You're feeling it. So you're connected. Just like your thumbs are connected, even though they're on 2 different arms. If you take one of them off, you're going to feel it. You're going to know. You know what I'm saying? So we're still connected. It's just how. Right? Don't deny the connection. Right? If you change your mind about how that, like I said, I've been, ever since we've been on this, right? I've been practicing because listen, I'm like everybody else. Put me all the way over there by myself in the corner, nobody looking at me, don't touch me. Like I said, I'm like, you can see me, right? How are you over here talking to me like you can actually see me? Like it's possible. Believe it or not, I like to be invisible. Right? But since we've been on this, oh my God, people sit next to me. I'm telling you, I used to set it up so that you can't sit next to me. I'll be the only one. I had the only seat on the plane with nobody next to me. On the bus, whatever. They just, like I said, it's like, I don't know what they're saying. But now people sit next to me. They walk next to me. And I don't mind. Because I know that I'm connected to them. They may not know what I know. They may not have the same frequency and vibration and all that stuff. But I don't have to stand in judgment of them. And nothing they do is going to come and harm me because why? I'm not in deficit. Right? Sometimes the program tells us that anybody, a monster can come and just, and they're going to decide they're going to take over everybody. Well, wait a minute. Hold on, don't I have a say in this? If this is the thing, if you have been working out, you work out every day, all day. You eat a certain kind of way. You meditate every single day. Why? And anybody with a frequency that is not in alignment with that frequency, why is it that can take you off your frequency? Shouldn't your frequency always be dominant? Because you've been practicing, you've been working out. The reason it isn't is because of your judgment of somebody else's frequency against yours. So they bring you down. Oh, people with this negative energy. No, people with negative energy don't bring me down. Mine is going to maintain itself. Period. Like we said, you can't make a decision about me and then it gets imposed on me. You can't decide anything about me. Right now, I'm not making no decisions. Let me be clear. I am not making decisions about anybody else either. I don't make decisions about other people. To me, that doesn't make no sense. I just make decisions about me. Right? And if I'm going to send something to the entire group, it's going to be joy. It's going to be love. It's not going to, and it's not because they got negative energy. They got low frequencies. No. Like I said, if we decide, I think I said this on the last alignment with the cycles with my godfather when he passed. And he asked the question, what do you have to give? That's cannot be evaluated by a person, place, or thing. If we all just send love to this network of unity, who can determine where that love comes from? We just all feel it. If we send health and immortal health and immortal wealth into this network, who knows where it comes from? It's just that everybody has access to it, right? We all feel it. It doesn't have to be determined by an individual of you all. Right? So in my judgment of why I wanted, so I might have been, I'm gonna check myself. Like, so I might have been walking around. I may not have been in, I stopped looking at people as they got low frequencies, high frequency, whatever. I don't care, because I don't care. I'm gonna just have my frequency. I don't care. I don't have a measuring stick, right? However, sometimes I will push myself past even that. Well, why is it then that you always want to be left alone? You want to walk by yourself. You want to sit by yourself. Why is that? Because somewhere under there, subliminally, there's still some judgment, High Priestess. There's still some judgment. There's still some ick, people juice, right? That you don't want to get on you. But you trying to, say, I just prefer to be alone. Right? All of that will happen naturally. I'm not saying we got to go out here. Listen, I stopped here on this. I was talking about the purify, right? Kin number 9. Right? Just because I say that, that's not going to make me go out and give people hugs and, you got to get Priestess Moot for that. Maybe Moon Goddess, they like hugging people. That's not going to make me want to go and do that. But you're going to be who you are naturally anyway. It's not going to stop that. It's just going to stop you from having the judgment of everybody else that's not you. As if You are the template for everybody else. Right? Or how about we're all the templates for everything? But you can still be your pure self, your true self, right? I'm speaking through this compassionate one. And anybody that know these dogs, right? They hardcore like this. They just say that shit, right? They just be like, and it be hurting your feelings, but it be the truth. You be like, I thought you was the compassionate one. They be like, I am. So you want some more truth? Well, yeah. So it's just our that's our natural frequency. I love that moon goddess. Yep. Yep. So we still get to be that, but just be truthful. Be pure. Right? As we know that moon will put you in, like you if you're a sheep or goat, right? A wolf, it doesn't matter. The moon is just saying be pure. Be true to that, right? You don't have to put up all these things. The less resistance you have to the truth about who you are. Some people are warriors. They got to fight. There's a such thing as a divine warrior. Right? So that's not it. It's not all about, one template. That's why there are 260 of them. Right? And so, yeah. So yes. So now, after the Ken 9 and just set us straight, right? I guess now I like this. I love this 226. Let me show that. I love that. Pure pose. That's right. Pure position. Right? That's your purpose. That's what we're doing. It's pure. It doesn't require no judgment, no resistance, nothing. It is the truth. Right? And so that's what we're doing. All right. Sorry, my phone is let me turn my thing down so we don't have this in the recording. Okay. So now, okay. What is that doing? All right, here we go. So now that Ken 9 got at us, we just like, all right, let's get, now we can talk about number 10, because number 10 said, listen, before you get over here, because I'm perfect. We're talking about perfection, right? And let's talk about that for a moment here, right? We perfect, right? The word perfects to mean, it means to do completely. So if you don't have that universal flow, that one version of us all, don't come over here with this white dog. It's not, It's like, nope. Stop playing. Right? You still think you are in division of you all. Go on back over there. Go on, sit over there till you figure this out, right? Go on, write it down. You know how your parents used to have you write things down 100 times, and then you can go outside and play. That's what this white dog does, right? We completely love. We are in whole love with who we are being, right? The white dog is also a representation of Ma'at, Why? Because it's the weighing of the heart. It's the truth about who you are. It's not about being right or wrong. It's not that two-dimensional stuff. Good, bad, right, wrong, up, down, side, side. It's just the truth and where your heart is. And the more and more you are truthful, do not resist what you're feeling. You just don't got to be limited by it. This world tells you to be logical, right? This is why we're starting this brain balancing program, right? Logic makes no sense without the emotion. You have to put the logic in motion. Here's the thing: when they always talk about, when people idolize logic, and like I think about Spock, right? You have these things, or if you was watching, you have Data, right? These androids, and they don't have emotion, so they're super smart, and they make decisions that make sense because their heart is not in it. But you know what? To me, I'm like, you know what? They show one emotion. They show emotion. It's usually disdain, right? You notice that? That when they show a being that supposedly doesn't have emotion, the emotion is usually cynical, it's disdain, it's kind of like a you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys, you're so emotional, yuck, ew. So they showing an emotion. They had to put that right. So logic without emotion is what got us here in this war and conflict. That's my perspective. When you're able to use both simultaneously, then you have a third dimension. It's not all about, there is duality, but somebody has to look at the duality. That's the third being. That is the nature, that is the natural element called the atom. 3 parts, not 2. There's one part of that that's neutral, and it makes up the most weight. It's in the center. That's the neutron. Right? So, I like this one. Ooh. All right, look at me. I'm having fun with it. This how I can stop just looking at the chat. I'm a so y'all know what I'm looking at. Yep. So we're here, right? And we're talking about how we have this white dog said, okay, you come over now. You come over now. I done told you a few things, or the moon. I let my physical body tell you a few things, right? Now you can come on over here. Let me tell you something, right? We completely love. We can weigh our hearts against a feather. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be in balance because it's the truth, right? And bring forth that divine law. So we perfect in order to love, producing loyalty. Loyalty and law and love all have the same root. It's divine law. To just be when you are yourself and you are able to be free to express that without judgment, without judging, without you being judged, and without you judging others. What's that verse in the Bible? I know, I'm going to do it. So how you judge others is so shall you be judged, or something like that, right? Or what's the one about throwing the first stone? That person who is without sin, cast the first stone. Right? So in divine law, it's not about judging any of those things. It's about being who you are and being in that pure self. And so you love it. It's in your heart. You can feel yourself. Right. And then we heard Moon Goddess talk about this when you could feel yourself. She didn't say it like this, but I'm, paraphrasing. But when you can feel yourself, right, then you can feel others as well. You're open. You don't have that resistance. You don't have to hide your heart. Like I tell people all the time, listen, y'all would be amazed at through these years at some of the things that I have heard and or even been accused of, right? Like, because, in the nature of being a priestess and all of that stuff, depending on what cosmology you're in, people do work against each other and all of that stuff. And so I remember having this conversation, and there was a sister and her mate was accusing us, me, okay. I like to say us. Well, you know what I'm saying? Why can't it just be all of us, right? Instead of me, right? Of doing some work, some root work or whatever. And then I'm like, well, that don't even make no sense to me. What reason would I have to do that? I have no reason nor desire to do it, right? But anyway, so one of the things that I decided, I said, you know what I'm going to do is I'll leave my heart open. So anybody that want to do a reading, you can always see what my true intentions are. Because I ain't got nothing to hide. Get a reading. It ain't going to bother me none. Right? Now, you ain't going to be able to see, when I go to the bathroom and, if I pick my nose or something, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you might not be able to see that, but you will be able to see my true intentions. My heart is open. I ain't got nothing can happen. I don't have no protection around that. I want it to be known and it to be seen. I always tell people, you can see my heart, whatever it is I'm being accused of, look in there and see if that's really what I'm thinking. Right? Because the heart is pure and it holds its own weight against anything. Like I said before, you can't nobody make no decisions. You can't come from me. You can't decide nothing and it's going to happen to me and my children or family or anybody I care for. That's not going to happen. Right? So my heart is open. Nothing to hide. Right? And if I do something, I tell you the truth. High priestess, you was doing that. Okay, yeah, I kind of was. You saw that? Oh. I was. Okay, I did. But okay, let me tell you what had happened, right? What had happened? I'll tell you. No hiding, because it doesn't have to be shielded. That's the strength. Right? That's the strength. It's nothing that can go up against that. This is our purpose. What was that one? Dang, I saw it. So maybe Akil can find the one I think as Sister Ikea put up there about the purpose. Pure pose. Right? It's nothing you can do about that. Right? When you truly own that, right? So we completely love and bring forth divine law. Divine law is us. Thank you. Divine law is us being in love with our pure pose, our pure position, who we are. And then we feed that into this network, this source, this unity, this divine love, and this divine unity that we have on earth. And it strengthens us. Right? That's how we perfect purpose. Right? Oh, I love, got another one. Here we go. Love it. Thought, see that there is no hiding place in the most. Surely, you can see everything. And most, and really in the most, you see the, we call it the most high. That's what you see. You see the purity of a heart. Even if somebody does, in quote, something, right? It don't fit in that space. Because that's not what we're searching for. We're not searching for. We're searching for the most. The thing that's most prevalent is the true heart. That's what's most prevalent. That's why something, such a low, somebody with some, in quote, low frequency, as people say, doesn't get to come in and, as they say, one rotten apple spoils the whole bunch. No, you take that apple out. That apple is not allowed to do that. It's only because we allow it. Right? They fall off the tree first. The rotten ones, they rot on the ground. The earth takers, the earth say, I got it. I handle this. Got it. Let's reincarnate this apple. Let's just break it down. We can use it. Listen, there's some good stuff. Maggots be in there. They be like, whoa, there's some good eating right here. Right? The thing that's most prevalent is our divine purpose. That's what's in the most. That's the most high. And it does not get, what's the word? Decimated as soon as there's one little thing. Like I used to, I had this joke about, I've been vegetarian. Let me see. My son is 18. So I've probably been vegetarian for 20 years and vegan for at least 18. Right. And over the course of that, I have, experienced different, been in different societies. I see people that eat all raw and people that, just drink juice and water. And, there's always a certain way to do this, and don't eat this and don't eat that. And, this is going to do that to you. And I got to the point, this was several years ago. I just got to the point, I said, you know what? This is getting on my nerves. Like everything is out here to get us, even vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Everything is out here to get us. And I said, I can't just be in defense of everything. And then if I took this time to eat green vegetables for the majority, last 20 years, and do this and do that, you mean to tell me I smell a piece of fat back that's going to reverse 20 years of building up a frequency in my body? No, that doesn't make any sense. If anything, the fat back would run from me. I don't want to have nothing to do with all them dang collard greens she been eating. You know what I'm saying? All them damn apples and twigs and berries and stuff. I don't have nothing to do with that. So a drop of that getting in your body is going to take over? No. That's when everything that you've been building up says, hey, are you a canola oil? What you doing? Listen, I'm sorry. You came in the wrong room. Because up in here, we break canola oil down. I'm sorry. We're going to have to pee you out. You're not going to stick around. Sorry. You can't clog our arteries and do all the whatever genetically modified stuff that you be doing. We genetically modify. We naturally modify genetically modified things. Did you know that? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. And the only way we can naturally, we're NMOs. We naturally modify organisms. We are organic You can't come in here and decide you're going to do some shit. I don't care who programmed you. I don't care what they said you do. This is my body. And it's natural. And that is its divine purpose. And it's going to stand. So you don't get to come in and do whatever you want to. Virus, bacteria, some made up shit, something come from another dimension. I don't care. No, the true nature stands. It's only the belief, because we've been programmed that we can catch a cold. That if you touch the floor and touch your mouth, that's it. You dead. You're going to die. You know what I'm saying? Somebody sneeze is going to kill everybody. Because that's the belief. What if, because we've been building up immunity, that sneeze, your stuff jumps up and say, hey, I've been waiting for this. Not only am I going to dissipate this in the air, I see the computer program that this came from. I'm going for that too. Right? So then all GMO crops fail, period. They can't even exist. And then the other stuff that they got, that's beyond that. You see what I'm saying? Like, it should be reversed. Right? I'm just saying. That's just me. Okay. Whew. I'm this white dog got me, right? Okay. So we seal in the process. We weighing in from the heart the truth about being in your true nature and on purpose. I know that's not what we see. It will if we keep saying this. Yes, it is. Yes, it will be. Right? I'm talking from experience. I don't get sick. Now, I'm not saying that I haven't. I'm 100%. I haven't had it. Haven't had any sickness. But I decided this a long time ago. In double digits. I've had my daughter. I was talking about my daughter when she was little. You know how when they're little and they get sick and they want to come and lay on you. I done had that girl basically sneeze in my mouth. With whatever she had. I don't know what she had. She was sneezed in my mouth a few times. I was like, my mouth was open. Nothing. And everybody else in the house got sick. And she laying on me every night. Snot, sneezing, whatever. What if we put natural healing into the network or into the most? And we just keep vibrating that and vibrating that and vibrating that. And that just becomes the natural consciousness of everything. So then now viruses and bacteria and scary things are no longer dominant. You know, like I was listening to somebody and they were talking about what's coming for us. You know, they tell you stay away from the water, and they open up the gates of hell, and they open up a new dimension, and they open up, and all this stuff is gonna come. These monsters are gonna come. I'm like, you know what? I be getting mad. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be in resistance of everything that's supposed to be coming. What about we coming? You can't just decide you're gonna do that shit. We got something for that. And because we're not in war no more. You know what? Here's something to think about. What if when we change our consciousness, when we're really able to shift this consciousness out of war and deficit and all of that stuff, what if it actually changes the nature of viruses and bacteria? That there is no such thing as a flesh-eating bacteria. That bacteria's nature changes to a flesh increasing bacteria, right? So you get a flesh wound and it just, hey, can I help you put some more skin on? Right? What if it changes the nature of a weed? Because this time I was thinking about things in nature that do, like, weeds. So you got to pull weeds out because they'll squeeze out the roots of other plants and stuff like that. What if their nature changes? The nature of animals that so-called attack. Maybe they like that because we like this. Right? And so there is no need to have defense because we got to it from the core. We're the ones, we the source on earth, we the most. And we may have more influence in so-called what we call natural than we think we do, including the oceans. That's all our consciousness that's determining how this is. We may see new plants come up, new colors, new frequencies. They're going to have to rewrite all the books. Or maybe not rewrite them. In addition to, there'll be new books. Yep. Oh, I love that. I love that. Yep. So with the planetary tone of manifestation, so we weigh in on our heart, the truth about who we are beyond any conditions. Right? And we manifest this love with perfectly manifesting love. Right? That shifts everything. Guided by the power of endlessness. Guided by, we got Ma'at T, right? That's Ma'at twice. On the walls, when you have Ma'at twice, that's like it's a portal that opens. Right? It's called Ma'at T because endlessness that's the mirror. The mirror is also an attribute of Ma'at in divine, and we're talking about divine order, right? So we are led by the divine order of the cosmos. That's saying what we just discussed. Perhaps when we keep our connection to the most and we just start that transmission and the receiving of the truth, right? Mycelium, source, truth, right? That T is interchangeable. That we realize that, wait a minute, perhaps the true nature of the earth that we haven't seen it yet, because we've seen the nature of the earth in war or with a war consciousness. What if we don't see it through those eyes no more? Or experience it or operate it through those eyes? We may see something different. That is the natural order of the cosmos. Yep. Now, let me just do this real quick here. Let's talk about this white dog in the soul circle. It channels awareness. What was we just talking about? Right? The white dog channels the yellow seed. The awareness is targeted. It knows exactly what it's talking about, where it's talking about, And it not only are we just talking about, it is a complete awareness because it's yellow. It targets, it channels a yellow can. It's complete. It's completing a cycle, and it's going to blossom. Right? That's why I wouldn't. Hey, you know a white dog, right? And they get going on some stuff. They don't let go. They keep talking about it. Right? Make sure you got it. Did you get it? I'm just saying this because I love you, but that just didn't make no sense. I'm gonna have to keep talking about it. Let me tell you why it don't make no sense. So we got the white dog, and then we have the mind of the dog is the enlightened one. Right? That's matrix. That's source. It's already telling you operate from your heart, and you will live the enlightened life in truth. Not in template, in truth. Whoever you are, you got to do it from your heart though. Right? And you will feel that fire, that universe of you all fire. That's true to you, true to source. Again, takes us right back to the most, right? Then we go to how it moves, right? It moves through playing around with this. Now, sometimes them dogs, they don't be playing like that, but sometimes they do. But to play around, to be in joy, right? Because play means to dance in joy. Have fun with this. If you like I said, if you ain't got to hide your heart, you ain't got to hide your motives, you get to, you know what I'm saying? You get to play. Move in joy, dance in joy. Because the illusion is yours. It's yours to play with. I like how Moon Goddess was talking about your magic is in your signature. Play around with it. We all have a unique one, and we're all doing it in conjunction with each other. It's just building up the most. That's all, right? And then the way that we show up, I guess that's why the moon had so much to say today, is through the being in pure flow of our heart. Just being in being raw, just being who we are. Beyond any of this resistance, judgments, who we are beyond the war consciousness. It's okay, it exists, but who are we beyond that? It's not our limit, right? So, the question on the table is, how loyal are you to your incarnation, or to your birth, to your creation? What's the truth about that? And so that's something that we can explore as we go through our plasma. And it definitely has been my honor and my pleasure. I look forward to seeing you all this evening. We start the WISE conference, so definitely come through. It's going to be awesome. It's a 3-day conference, and we do it every year on the winter solstice. It culminates with our annual ritual for the winter solstice. So definitely come through. You can go to the website. You can go to melanatedimmortals.com events and go ahead and get your tickets. And we'll see you this evening. It's been my honor, my pleasure. I love y'all. Hotel.
Gratitude, High Peak Priestess. So inspiring, very inspiring. Looking forward to putting this into practice, allowing myself to not be distracted, not letting anything distract my heart from, moving forward with this. Gratitude. And Everyone have a great, amazing heptad. Like, subscribe, share, donate. And we'll see y'all at the WISE conference. Y'all have an amazing heptad. Peace, peace.
Immortal. Yeah. Came out the portal, immortal into a human body. I've been existing way before the earth had Anunnakis. Intergalactical battles, intergalactical travels, infinitely going through stars. The universe will unravel all of its secrets, peep it. I'm starting to leak it. Time for truth is coming 100, it's time to seek it. Expanding my perception through the spectrum of light. I'm going in with spectrum and the shit's out of sight. We indigo children, yeah, we building frequencies through the ceiling. Penetrating through reality, a marvelous feeling. Regardless, we're healing these humans that be claiming we demonic. The resonance goes over their heads, we super cosmic. The logic is ignorance mixed with fear in your thinking. My pineal gland is flooding, son, that shit don't be blinking. Sinking into your subconscious like a song with no words. The way I come up with these symbols of letters is absurd. Hey yo, my rhymes are like angelic beings. That shit is freeing, so pure that if you were born blind, I'll have you seeing. Breathing in a multi-dimensional light so captivating. Double helix is nonsense, so what I'm activating. Feel the power from within, seeping right through my skin. From the earth into my feet as it goes up to my chin. It got me grinning, rotation like spirals, my music spinning. I told you that I don't be playing, still I'm always winning. Fibonacci to the haters, curve them right to the side. They don't understand the energy, it comes from inside. So inside is what I master, used to be a disaster. Now I'm gladly elevating to a whole new chapter. Yeah, I'm giving birth to a whole new style. I incarnated through New York, yeah, I read Long Al. Don't get it twisted though, I'm truly repping this earth. I came to free all these humans and show you all what you're worth. Immortal. Yeah, raising your frequencies one soul at a time. As I pass this mic to my boy Spectrum, yo Spectrum, light that up, kid.
They tried to tell me I'm mortal, I told them I was immortal. They asked me what makes me different, I asked them what makes you normal. I just followed my morals and I unfollowed the formal. Hopped on a track with crews, now we straight cruising through portals. I download the Metatron, I'm reversing it till I'm dead and gone. If you think I'm dope, then you said it wrong. Not trying to flex, but I'm hella strong. Mine did things you never seen. When I say mine, you know what I mean. I'm the most when I'm in my mode, and y'all average is like the mean. I really didn't mean to go intervene. I'm the middleman, chilling in between. You should do the math, we ain't keeping score. But I just hit a 3.14. I cook it up, make it look easy as pie. I'm moving in silence and seeing the sign. I am the G. If you remove me, all you gon' see is your sins. This is a big game of sins. The simulation is breaking again. I'm taking control, creating my soul. And if the truth fits, I'm breaking it in. Breaking it. All I really know is that I'll never know. I've been here for forever, don't know when to go. I think that indicates that I'm an indigo. In that case, I'm in the go. Green light, my heart, chakra booming. Solar plexus, Lexus zooming. You assuming that I'm human. I'm just being what you doing. I've been teaching teachers frequently. It's apparent I'm a parent when it comes to raising frequencies. The way I'm living life, I haven't rest in peace recently. Immortal with my technique, but my ego dying easily. Death is teasing me by leaving me with DMT. Now it seems to me that everything I see is seeing me. Life is just an infinite circle with a twist. I used to wanna be like them, now they do not exist.
Immortal.